Tim.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Oh, I'm making some spaghetti bolognese. Here we go. Bit of oil, carefully measured. So we're doing this step here. You pat it all down like this. Make sure you get like a nice thick layer of it. And we're going to leave that alone. We're not going to stir it. We're just going to let it completely sizzle. You see how I push that down in the pan? Oh, it's going to be so good. But that's what you want it to be, look like that. And you don't touch it. Don't come in here stirring. If your wife wants to come in here and stir it, tell her not to do that, okay? That's what happens here. This thing's called a cleaver. Don't go overboard, especially if you're holding a knife, because you need both hands to swim.
Here, I have the mushrooms.
Where are the mushrooms? Where's the bowl for them? What is this? This is just a plant. Come on, put them in a bowl, please, please. Come on. Okay, you go. Just let that bubble away. Don't be tempted to turn it over. We're going to burn. It's going to be a bit burned on the bottom. Okay, and then we're going to chop up the mushrooms over here. We're going to do a little bit of mushrooms. Okay, so we're doing a quick chop of the mushrooms with the cleaver here.
You have to get this out of here.
It's fine.
It's so dangerous.
It's
No,
so
Tim
safe.
doesn't have rules in his kitchen.
You don't need
I
rules.
would never do that.
Look how safe that is. One of the rules we have in the kitchen with no rules, clean as you go. Keep things clean. I'm going to put a few cloves of garlic in there. This is a little trick I learned when I was working in China. We're just going to mise en place it right over there. Look at that. Oh. You want this brown on the bottom. See how? Oh, look at that. I want it a little bit gravelly, almost like the consistency of sand. So you tip it in this bowl. This is good stuff. Don't chuck any of that out. We're going to do the next wave of cooking. But look at that. This is now sitting there ready. Full about some of that much oil. Perfect like that. Now, next step, carefully chuck the onions in. Chuck them in like that. Alright, just a little bit of basil. That looks a good amount. So we've got the onions are translucent now, and we're going to throw in the garlic. The garlic takes very little time for the garlic. You don't want to burn that garlic. You just want to bring that flavor out. Garlic in there about 15-20 seconds, just enough to warm it up. Now we're putting in this chopped up mushroom. Perfect. We've got all the vegetables in there together now. Now we're going to put in a can of tomato paste. Okay, the whole can you're going to put in for flavor. You're going to mix it right in there. So now we're going to put a little bit of wine in here. It doesn't matter what kind of wine you get, like, you know, pretty cheap, regular wine. Okay, we're putting that back in. Chuck it back in, and we're going to mix that into the whole thing like that. Chuck it in. It's about a pound. Carefully measure it out. The next step here is adding 2 cups of chicken broth. Okay, the final step now, before we put the lid on, we're going to put water. So we turn it off, the saute. We're going to turn this off, cancel. And we're just going to put the lid on. I'm going to remember how the lid goes on. There you go. So now the lid goes on. And we're going to put on meat stew at 6 minutes. And it's going to heat itself up, and the thing's going to go off, and it'll be done. Plate it now. It's called plating because we put it on the plate. Well, in this case, we're using a bowl. Look at that.
This is the best bolognese. I'm not even kidding.
We're going to put a little bit of pepper on there. A little bit of ground pepper, like that. Nice bit of Parmesan cheese.
Parmesan Reggiano.
Parmesan Reggiano. Look at that.
Manja,
Good
manja.
to go. Manja, manja.